Well, let's talk a little bit more about this, the Minister's budget speech and how farmers will benefit from it. We joined now by Mpho Makapela from the Black Farmers Association of South Africa. Very good evening to you, and thank you so much for speaking to us, Mr. Makapela. Just to hear your preliminary thoughts on the importance of the plan and how it will help the plight of particularly black farmers.
Good evening to you and the whole listeners. Well, as BIFASA, we are very excited about the budget, especially when we come from the situation of COVID, which has affected lots of our farmers. However, being excited, we actually would love to see the implementation and the plan the minister has for us. And as Black Farmers Association of South Africa, we always have opened our arms and wanted to work with the government, holding hand to hand to make sure that we are able to secure our food security, and as well we are able to actually uplift the previously disadvantaged farmers into the level of international commercial farmer. So in the nutshell, we are very, very, very excited with the budget and the master plan.
Just, I mean, what we have to go by most of the time has been the empirical research presented by people like BLAS and other agricultural organizations. But just tell us the difference between, there's a typology, there's a stereotype of small-scale black farmers in South Africa and what the challenges that they face, and even their productivity. So if we're talking about development and production, improving that lot for black farmers in South Africa against this plan, what would be the challenges and what should it focus on, this funding plan?
I think mostly I would say previously we were not included in most of the planning from the government. We want to see most of the inclusion of our previously black disadvantaged farmers in the whole master plan, and as well to be supported in wherever we are actually lacking from. Basically, you know, there's most important things that a farmer needs to know. It's the skill, is the information, is the funding. If we can be supported in those areas, main areas, we would be very, very, very happy.
Okay, let's go with the skills aspect of it. So I understand that it intends to provide what is called a comprehensive post-settlement support. So there's the land dispossession and lack of skills transfer that has been lamented by the sector. But just in terms of extension of services and farmer training, how can this plan help to facilitate and revitalize the essential infrastructure and equitable access to critical factors like production, like funding? Because one would have to have an inane understanding of the challenges. As I said, there is a stereotype, and we also don't want to suggest that all farmers are homogeneous in terms of their struggles. So there is COVID-19 that has been a factor. So that also includes large-scale farmers. But we need plans that are tailored to black farmers and also meet their individual needs.
You are correct. The stereotype in it's actually there at the high level. However, as Black Farmers Association, we actually came into the gap. We are actually starting a farming school to equip our farmers in all the sectors of farming to make sure that we are skillful. And we would love the government to create such infrastructures to assist our farmers in that skills. Because, you know, the skill plays a major role in farming. You cannot do it just because you love the farming. You need to have a skill for it. And we would actually appreciate if the government can come in and build the institutions in each and every province so that our farmers, they actually can be skillful, and not only skillful, but bring the information about farming, share the knowledge, the information, and also to top it all, it's about the funding.
In terms of land agrarian reform, what have been your experiences? What will be strategic, especially if we're saying there's got to be an effective plan, particularly in terms of administration?
That is another can of worms. For us, black farmers, I think we were also left out in the land reform. And we found out that there is a lot of red tapes, and it becomes difficult for our farmers to actually go through that process, because most of them, they haven't been to school. But we are hoping, because we heard today that one of the key focuses in the master plan is the land distribution. And hence we are saying we are excited and we're looking forward into the implementation of this whole process. Especially, I will reiterate the part of the previously disadvantaged farmers, because those are the ones that are most heated by any challenge.
The biosecurity measures that this plan envisages, do you think that there is enough fund allocation in the medium to long term to prevent outbreaks, to mitigate them? Because unfortunately, those farmers from previously disadvantaged sector, they don't have any security measures. What can government do here in this regard? And I also want us to look at historically the knowledge that people who are regarded as farm workers can bring to this, because we often speak about skills transfer as if farm laborers don't have knowledge which they use at these large-scale farms, and that ownership is then given to farm owners, whereas some of it is indigenous.
Correct. You know, with the farm laborers, they play a major role. And when we're speaking about skills, we're not saying to the farm owners only, but we're more looking into the farm laborers, because those are the engine of the farm to make the profit. And with all what is happening in the master plan, we're still awaiting for the breakdown of the master plan, so that we are able to actually dissect it according to the plan and the implementation of that plan in the whole process of it, so that we will be able to actually articulate correctly. For now, what we heard is that there's a 17.3 billion that is allocated to agriculture as a whole, and as well, there's a master plan. So going forward, we will actually be looking forward into the breakdown of the plan, how the implementation will go. And we will be in the position to say what's strategically as black farmers, what we need to do.
All right. Unfortunately, we have run out of time, but I wanted to find out from you how you could leverage the private sector funded for this blended funding scheme that government has proposed. But I'm sure we'll have another opportunity to speak. Thank you so much for your time. Black Farmers Association of South Africa's Mpho Makapela.